Welcome to Vital Life Stories, where we explore the deepest corners of the human heart through tales of ancient wisdom. In a bustling village of stone and dust, destiny wove together the lives of two men with very different souls. First, there was Marcus, a merchant whose heart was as cold as the gold coins he counted in his tower. Then there was Aaron, a humble woodcutter who possessed nothing but a strong back and a heart full of kindness. Between them stood Shadow, a magnificent stallion who had served Marcus faithfully for years, pulling heavy loads without a complaint. To Marcus, the animal was merely a tool for profit, a machine of muscle and bone to be used up. But time is a cruel thief, and slowly, the light faded from Shadow's eyes until total darkness took his sight. Upon seeing the cloudy eyes of his beast, Marcus felt no pity, only anger at the loss of a worker. He dragged the confused and frightened animal to the edge of the scorching desert, intending to leave him to die. Without a backward glance, the greedy merchant abandoned his loyal servant, believing that useless things deserved no place in his world. Shadow stood motionless in the shifting sands, waiting for a master who would never return, surrounded by a terrifying silence. Fate intervened when Aaron, returning from a long day of labor, spotted the lonely silhouette standing against the setting sun. Approaching cautiously, the woodcutter realized the creature was blind and abandoned, shivering despite the heat of the drying desert air. Aaron felt a deep pang of empathy, seeing his own struggles reflected in the discarded animal's tired and broken spirit. He offered his last drops of water to the horse, whispering words of comfort that the animal had never heard. Gently guiding the beast by its mane, Aaron led Shadow away from the jaws of death and toward his home. In his modest stable, Aaron washed the dust from Shadow's coat and promised him a life of safety and peace. Days turned into weeks, and under Aaron's tender care, the horse regained his strength and his spirit began to heal. A profound bond formed between the man and the beast, a silent understanding built on mutual respect and shared survival. One morning, Shadow seemed agitated, nudging Aaron persistently and pulling towards the old ruins located deep within the nearby forest. Trusting his animal friend, Aaron allowed the blind horse to lead the way, following him through the dense, tangled woods. Shadow stopped precisely at the foot of a massive ancient oak tree, pawing at the ground with great, urgent intensity. Curious about the horse's strange behavior, Aaron began to dig into the soft earth where Shadow had indicated with his hoof. His shovel struck something hard and metallic, and moments later, he pulled a heavy, rusted iron chest from the ground. Inside lay a fortune of gold and jewels. A bandit's loot, hidden decades ago, now revealed by the horse's memory. But Marcus had been watching from the shadows, having followed them in suspicion, and his eyes widened with pure greed. The merchant stepped forward, claiming the horse was still his property, and therefore the treasure belonged to him by right. Shadow sensed the evil presence and positioned himself between Aaron and Marcus, protecting the man who had saved his life. Blinded by avarice, Marcus lunged for the gold but tripped on a root, falling hard into a deep, thorny ravine. He lay trapped in the darkness he deserved, while Aaron stood in the light, protected by the loyalty of Shadow. Aaron used the treasure wisely, repairing his humble home and ensuring that his family would never know hunger again. He hired the best healers in the land to treat Shadow, easing his pain and giving him comfort in old age. The horse who was once discarded as trash now lived like a king, running freely in pastures of green grass. They sat together under the stars, proof that compassion is the greatest wealth a human being can ever hope to possess. The universe has a way of returning what we give, rewarding the kind heart and punishing the soul filled with greed. True value lies not in utility or gold, but in the connections we build and the love we freely give. Thank you for watching Vital Life Stories. Subscribe for more tales of wisdom, and may your kindness light the world.